Alright, so it is part 2 of this hot set tutorial. Last week I showed you all how to roll the hair with hot rollers. Went into a lot of depth and shared a whole bunch of tips and tricks. So if you haven't seen that video yet, I would encourage you to check it out. It is in the drop down menu before you watch the brush out, because the brush out's really important. Unless you already have a fantastic hot roll or hot set technique, then you can just take all the tips that I'm sharing tonight for the brush out. So the most important thing is the baking process. So this has been baking now for about 40 minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and start taking them all out. I shared a lot of tips and techniques in last week's video, which showed you basically how I curl my hair. It's really a great one to watch if you want to know the techniques and the tips that I have to share that I have used to really just cultivate this style. If you want to learn more about the products that I use in particular, I will have that in the drop-down list as well. I did a full dedicated video just about my hot tools. Now, if you have watched the tutorial that I launched last week about how to apply these hot rollers, you'll notice that this one curl I'm about to take out, this one curler I'm about to take out, was actually curled differently. So when you unroll it, you're going to have to unroll it the opposite direction than all the other curlers that have been in your hair, and try to keep it intact. I love these little curls. If you all are digging the Shirley Temple curl, please let me know in the comments section. I do a whole shake thing on my Instagram, so if you are not part of my Instagram family, all my social media handles will be below, but I have a dedicated highlights just to the Shirley Temple curls and the shake that I can get out of them. So this is really what your hair should look like. You should have a really even, good amount of curls all throughout your head, in the back, the sides, and the front. So when it comes to brushing out your set, first you want to make sure that your set is good and that you don't have any wonky curls that need to be reset. Then taking a rat tail comb, what I like to do is just really smooth the top portion of my hair, making sure that my part is super clean. So you just want to make sure that your part is clean. This will really help in the brush out process. It will make the brush out process go a lot faster. I like to group all the curls together going down the back of my head. And then I will use these teethless alligator clips to kind of create a line going around my scalp. And they're just really there, and they're meant as a guideline. Now, the other thing that you can do if you want to build up a lot of volume is you can flip your head upside down and you can start brushing your hair with a boar bristle brush. I feel confident in the amount of curls that I have and the volume, so I'm going to skip that step tonight, but it is something I like to do on my first set. So this is my second set, which I will say is a lot easier to do than a first set, but I give a lot of tips in my video that I put out last week in regards to that. Now, the number one tool, and I do highly recommend this product, and I wrote a blog just discussing my hair tools, and you can check it out on my website, which is www.missaudreymonroe.com, but it's a Denman brush, and this thing is a magical unicorn in the hair world. And why I like it is it literally just shapes the curl of your hair. So start at the ends and wrap it around your thumb. So you want to wrap this curl, and it should be like a sausage-like curl, around your thumb. And you can move these silver kind of pronged alligator clips around your hair as you need them. For me, the way that I have my hair cut, my hair bevels under quite easily. So you can check out how my hair is cut in another video that I posted a while ago. It will be in the description box too. And it really just talks about my haircut and why I cut my hair the way I did. And basically what I have is a vintage U-shaped haircut. And it really does help cultivate these styles a lot easier. So another big component when you're doing your brush out is having a molding hairspray. This is a soft finish hairspray from Pureology, one of my favorites. And the reason that this is so important is as you are doing the brush out, you are going to start getting the curls that you want, and spraying them lightly in place will really help you as you're shaping this style. There we go. So like, I'm also pressing my hand into the side of my head to help create the bevel. The setting lotion that I put in my hair helps my hair to mold as well. And then I'm just gonna lightly spray it with this molding spray. And I'm gonna do that on this side, going down and around. I'm using my Rat's House comb and switching between that and my Denman brush. But the other thing that I like to do when it comes to the S-Wave is I will take this silver toothless prong or clip, call it a prong, and I'm going to hold my hair back here at the crown, brush my bang portion forward, use my Denman brush to start that curl, and then I'm going to start molding my S-Wave. And it will mold up a lot easier if you curl that one roller inward. I like using these little flat, what looks like little bow clips, because this will kind of flatten that S and make it a little bit more extreme. I'll spray it. I'm gonna take these other silver prong clips out, and I'm gonna brush underneath. I'm gonna get this side going. Molding and shaping. You're going to mold, shape, mold, shape, mold, shape. So you're basically playing with your hair, getting this bevel, spraying. And another tip that you can do too to help emphasize the bevel is you hold up the end of your hair, spray, and then use the can of hairspray, pushing it into your scalp to really emphasize the bevel, which helps a whole lot, especially when your hair doesn't really want to do it on its own. And you can do that all the way around your hair. So I'm just going to make sure that my bevel all the way around my hair looks good and tight. I'm going to spray. So the last thing that you're going to want to do is remove these little alligator clips. And be very delicate when you do it, because you can rip them out and it'll rip out your hair, but it might also mess up the S-Wave. But pomade, ladies, pomade, gentlemen, pomade. I use the Bedhead TG Upfront pomade. Now, if you have heavier hair than I do, you might want to find a pomade that's a little bit heavier. This is a light hold pomade. If I put a very heavy hold pomade on my hair, it does make it kind of go flat and look greasy. So I just take a very small amount, I rub it in between my fingers and on the palms of my hand, because you're going to just rake your hands delicately and lightly over your hair. And you kind of want to bring it down and around these curls. If you've molded the curls right, if the curls have set right, and if you've sprayed them as you've been going along, they shouldn't fall or come out of place while you're doing the pomade. But if I don't have pomade in my hair, especially right here, I've got major flyaways. So the way that it looks from all different angles. So I'll check it, look at it from the back. Okay, and now for the piece of the resistance. It's going to be the Bedhead TG hairspray. This is the game changer. If you can only buy one hairspray, even if you're like, man, I only have the budget for one, high-end item, what can it be? Make it the masterpiece. And the reason is it leaves your hair shiny, but it holds your hair without making it crunchy and nasty. So now it's time to spray the bells out of your hair. And I always start at my S wave. Sometimes I will hold my roll with my hand to make sure it remains, in shape. You can lift your hair. Just for reference, I use about a can of hairspray a month. Death by hairspray. Death by hairspray. So the final thing that I do is I will take my hair behind my ear. I'll use the end of my rat tail comb to really smooth it out. I still have some pomade on my hair, so this helps to also smooth it out around my ear. Make sure that this curl going under my ear is lifted and has a lot of volume. And then I'll just take my molding hairspray and lightly spray it. But this is my everyday go-to look. I'm gonna do a complete 360 so that you guys can check it out and see it. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed this set that I put together for all of you. I know that it was really requested. I will be coming back and doing a wet set here in the future, and then even a hot set versus wet set video in the future as well, because there is a major difference between the two and there's pros and cons to both of them. So please let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this, if you'd like to see more dedicated hair videos, or if you're just loving what I'm putting out right now. I want to hear from you guys. Please give me some feedback. Let me know if the direction I'm going is something that you're really enjoying. I do want to give some shout outs tonight. I'm not sponsored by anything or anyone that you see in this video, but I really like to shout out just people that I really appreciate. So the one person that I want to appreciate is this beautiful glamour robe. It is from Vintage Uli. Thank you, Uli, for finding it for me. And then of course the Platinum Parlor for these beautiful earrings. You can find them at theplatinumparlor.com. And of course Your Beauty Mark by Dita Von Teese. There's a lot of things that I would not be able to do at all without poring over that book. So I just want to thank Dita for putting that together, because she is a huge idol of mine and I absolutely adore that book. So if you are looking for a great, beautiful book to put on your coffee table, or just learn more about vintage beauty, check it out at your library or find it on Amazon and treat yourself to it, because it is a beautiful piece of literature. But anyway, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and taking the time to watch this video. If you are new to this space and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, hit the bell notifier so that you're never left out. I post new videos every Friday at 4 o'clock. So please join me next week for another delicious video. All my social media handles will be in the description box, along with everything else. That way, if you want to join my glam fam over there in my community, you can. I hope that you guys have a fabulous rest of your evening, and I will be hanging out with you guys very soon. Bye! Bye.